In the midst of an era dominated by industrial giants like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller, the backbone of their empire was money, the very essence that fueled their meteoric rise. And amongst them stood John Pierpont Morgan, a figure whose influence would shape the trajectory of America's economic landscape. As the United States emerged as an economic powerhouse in the late 1800s, it transitioned from dependence on British capital to becoming self-reliant. During this time, the stage was set for Morgan's entrance. The influences that molded young John Pierpont Morgan's life were diverse and powerful. The legacy of his grandfather, John Pierpont, not only gifted him a name but also an affinity for public speaking. It was his father, Junius Spencer Morgan, who played a pivotal role in shaping the path young John would tread. Their relationship was characterized by what some would call tough love, a dynamic that would ignite a drive for success. Born into privilege, John Pierpont Morgan faced unique challenges, his health being a significant one. From seizures to illnesses, these hurdles did not deter his determination. Acne rosacea transformed his once unassuming nose into a distinctive feature, a mark of his resilience and the battles he'd overcome. As he navigated the limitations of his health, Morgan found solace in his studies. Limited outdoor activities drove him to delve into the intricacies of financial statements. Despite his challenges, Morgan's strategic mind found outlets beyond academics. His fascination with games like solitaire reflected a keen sense of strategy that would later become an essential trait. In the world of literature, he found inspiration in the lives of powerful leaders. Notably, his interest in Napoleon Bonaparte painted a picture of a young man with ambitions as grand as his historical idols. But the influence of his family persisted. His father, Junius, became a partner at George Peabody and Company in London, further cementing the ties that would shape Morgan's trajectory. Join us on this journey as we delve deeper into the life and legacy of John Pierpont Morgan, a man whose early influences and determination paved the way for his indelible mark on history. Stay tuned for the next chapter of the Titan's Path. John Pierpont's journey took a turn when his father decided to send him to a Swiss boarding school for discipline. The rugged beauty of Switzerland would lay the foundation for his character. Armed with an education that spanned continents, Morgan began his career on Wall Street, sending regular economic updates to his father, Junius Spencer Morgan. It was a connection that transcended distance and cultivated his financial acumen. With time, Morgan's expertise and ambition led to the founding of J. Pierpont Morgan and Company, a financial institution that would become synonymous with his name. Amidst his rise, a chance encounter introduced him to Amelia Sturgis, igniting a romantic connection that would shape his personal life. Their bond culminated in marriage, a union of hearts and minds. But life was not without its trials. Amelia's declining health cast a shadow over their happiness, leading to her eventual passing. As the nation grappled with the Civil War, Morgan's business acumen found a role in trading union bonds, a venture that intertwined his financial prowess with the nation's fate. In the midst of war, the Hall carbine affair emerged, a profitable business proposal involving rifles. This venture not only showcased his economic acumen but also his forthright dealings. Morgan's reputation as an honest and straightforward dealmaker solidified during this time, a quality that would become a cornerstone of his legacy. Railroad industry and consolidation. The railroad industry became a focal point of Morgan's involvement. His active role in corporate management transformed him into a figure capable of reshaping the very fabric of railroads. The concept of Morganization was introduced, a strategy that allowed him to exert his influence over railroad leadership, consolidating power and resources. Amidst his business ventures, Morgan acquired the Craigston estate, a symbol of his expanding empire and growing family. Yet, even as his influence spanned industries, Morgan's unique style persisted. The Corsair yacht, an opulent vessel, played host to his business dealings, a floating sanctuary away from the hustle of Wall Street. Join us as we delve deeper into the chapters that shaped John Pierpont Morgan's life, from his strategic choices to his involvement in the railroad industry. Stay tuned for the next chapter of the Titan's Path. Corsair Pact and later years. As the railroad struggled with fierce competition, John Pierpont Morgan stepped in as a broker of the Corsair Pact, an agreement that marked a turning point in the industry's landscape. However, life held its share of losses. The passing of Junius Spencer Morgan left John Pierpont with a weighty inheritance and a legacy to uphold. Early success and extravagance. Narrator: Morgan's ascent in the financial world enabled him to step out from his father's shadow. His success was marked by a doubling of wealth, propelling him into the ranks of the nation's elite. With his newfound prosperity, he embarked on grand gestures. One such gesture was the purchase of the Corsair II, a yacht that epitomized opulence and sophistication. This vessel was a floating palace, boasting features like fireplaces, fine china, and central heating, a testament to Morgan's taste for the exquisite. However, luxury came at a price. The upkeep of the Corsair II amounted to a staggering $100,000 a year in maintenance costs alone. The gold panic of 1893. The specter of financial instability loomed large. With the onset of the gold panic in 1893, the depletion of U.S. gold reserves triggered widespread panic and uncertainty. People questioned the value of paper money as the foundation of trust began to crumble. The economy was hit hard as businesses shuttered, banks collapsed, and unemployment soared. Even the mighty rail industry, in which Morgan had vested interests, faced bankruptcy, further deepening the crisis. Join us in the next chapter as we navigate the turbulent waters of the gold panic and its profound impact on the nation's economy and J.P. Morgan's legacy. Stay tuned for the Titan's Path, Crisis and Resurgence. Images of train tracks facing the collapse of the railroad industry. Morgan recognized that the only path to survival was consolidation. He wielded his influence to demand control over these struggling companies in exchange for his assistance. Employing his financial wizardry, he restructured debt, issued new shares, and steadied the precarious rail industry. This move wasn't just about rescuing failing businesses, it was about solidifying his own influence. Drexel, Morgan and Company emerged as a prominent force, gaining influence and rewards for their pivotal role in this grand restructuring. Restoring gold reserves. Amidst the turmoil, Morgan devised a bold plan to restore America's dwindling gold reserves. His plan, though, faced an unexpected obstacle: President Cleveland's rejection in favor of selling bonds. Undeterred, Morgan swiftly took action. He rushed to Washington, determined to persuade the president to reconsider. Their meeting led to a critical turning point, and Morgan's syndicate masterfully sold gold bonds, saving the nation from the brink of financial collapse. The story of this high-stakes rescue would echo through history. An example of one man's ability to prevent disaster through strategic financial maneuvering. Steel and consolidation. Beyond railroads, Morgan's reach extended into the steel industry, where he engineered one of the most significant business deals in history. With a glance at a piece of paper bearing the staggering figure of $480 million, Morgan purchased Carnegie Steel, creating the United States Steel Corporation, an industrial giant controlling a substantial portion of the country's steel production. Morgan's power extended even further as he solidified his hold over the railroad industry, with rumors swirling that his influence stretched so far as to own the very United States itself. The tale of J.P. Morgan's dominance in the steel and railroad sectors. is one of ambition, power, and the shaping of an industrial empire. Stay tuned for the Titan's path, power and politics. Conflict with President Roosevelt. As the new century dawned, Morgan found himself at odds with President Roosevelt, a leader determined to dismantle monopolies and rein in corporate power. Roosevelt wielded the Sherman Antitrust Act as a weapon against Morgan's empire, using it to break up Northern securities after a decisive Supreme Court ruling. This clash between Roosevelt and Morgan was a pivotal moment in their relationship, embodying the tensions between economic giants and the government's push for reform. The 1907 crisis. The year 1907 brought a new crisis to the financial world, as the United Copper Company's failure sent shockwaves through the stock market, leading to a dangerous bank run. Facing an economic precipice, Roosevelt turned to none other than Morgan for a solution. The financier rallied banks and trusts to invest in struggling competitors, restoring faith in the economy. Decline and legacy. In the later years of his life, Morgan battled mental health challenges and faced scrutiny over his immense power. The Pujo Committee's investigation shed light on his financial influence, ultimately contributing to the establishment of the Federal Reserve and income taxes. Despite his vast wealth, Morgan's personal struggles intensified. In 1913, he passed away, leaving behind a legacy that would be remembered for generations to come. Art and legacy. But Morgan's impact extended beyond the financial world. His art collection found a new home in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, a testament to his appreciation for culture and history. Among his treasures were invaluable items like Napoleon's watch, reflecting his affinity for historical significance. His personal library, once a hub of influence, became a symbol of his lasting impact, a reminder of the incredible power that one man could accumulate in a lifetime. John Pierpont Morgan's honesty, drive, and towering influence not only shaped industries but left an indelible mark on history, forever shaping the narrative of power and legacy. Follow us for more such inspiring tales. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.